Hello? Okay, we are back. I've never had that happen in my life. So sorry, guys. Can't really explain what just happened. Basically, none of my scenes would swap, so y'all were just stuck on the scores screen. Hopefully, everyone is still in here. You just reload, etc. We do have Ashen leading with the Cougar. He's really trying to make a statement, not letting the previous race get in his head, where he disconnected in second place halfway through Moondawn. He is out here making a serious statement, 40 meters out in the lead over second place. He's got a lot of points to rack up if he wants to pass up Super for third place and make his way into the money by reaching the podium, but he's doing it here, starting with Venice Reverse. We'll have to see how he finishes the race. He's about halfway through with Venice Reverse, and he's 40 meters in the lead. We've got Pokers in second, Epsima in third, TT in fourth. They're all very far from each other. Wurzel, Rog, all super far from each other. Now, we do have this section, Rog, Rod, Urak, Copysoft. Copysoft, once again, struggling out in ninth place. This is a very sudden and surprising scenario for Copysoft, because Copysoft is a top contender here in Division 2. Now, mathematically, we're going to have to wait and see if Ashen is able to get enough points to pass him up in the overall standings, if it's even possible. But if it is possible, Ashen is looking to make it happen here in the grand finale of Division 2 Revolt Racing League, starting that lap 5 out of 6. We got 2 laps left to go. Will he be locking this down? In the meantime, we're checking back in some of our closer races, which is Urak, Wurzel, Rog, and Copysoft. Yes, y'all are super... Whoa! Wurzel not able to get over to the right fast enough. Runs into the wall. He will certainly have to pay repairs on that building. But we've got Copysoft, who's passed up Rod. He's looking for more with Wurzel, but he hasn't done it yet. As we can see by our live distance overlay, Pokers is not able to overcome that 50-meter gap that he has on Ashen yet, and in fact, Epsima seems to be closing the gap just a little bit. Copysoft, with some lag, okay, he is holding on, and now he's disconnected. So now we have Copysoft with a disconnect in our race. European Internet truly making a statement here in the grand finale of Division 2 of the Revolt Racing League. Shout out to UPC. Shout out to Netherlands Internet. Shout out to Romania Internet. Y'all are all doing the absolute most, and we respect you for that. Ashen, looking to lock down first place. Poker, second. Epsima, third. TT, fourth. Urak, fifth. Rog, sixth. It's all very straightforward. The closest battle is Wurzel versus Rog, and there is a chance right here through these double doors. Rog, some instability, but it's going to be fine. Wurzel, not enough gap to lock that down, and Rod finishing up as well. My apologies, Kippy. Okay, so I'm going to... try to get squeeze in predictions for y'all. We'll see. What's our next track? Home 1. Predictions started. Wheel. Spinning. Come on, wheel. Oh my god, dude. Fat slug. Yurak, instant block. Instant block. He was so fast on the block. Literally a frame perfect block. He said, hell no. He said, hell no. Poker saying the best car blocked? I agree. Chat popping off. You got 5 seconds for prediction, and then it's over. But don't worry, I found out predictions are easier to do than I thought, so we'll be getting those predictions no problem. So we'll look at the points for y'all. Once again, this is as we head into our next race. Ashen Forest has done a great job at closing. Yeah, I'm just getting a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that was so stupid to do. We're not doing that right now. Yeah. Okay. We're not. No. Okay. So Epsilon and Poker's tied with 22, TT with 19, Ashen with 18, all very tightly grouped here. We are headed into our race. Just some good old NASCAR, you know. Why would we watch? Why would you watch Monaco or something like that when you can watch them drive around in a circle? It's simple. Everyone gets in on the fun. You can see all the cars at the same time. NASCAR is really the way to do it, and Home 1 is showing that right here. We've got the one shortcut. You're choosing not to take it. We got the Indy 500. Welcome in, Inigo. Yeah, Home 1 better than Monaco. Thank you for weighing in. I'm glad someone agrees with me. It may be quite the statement, but I see we've got some people in agreement. Now, Yurak has been choosing not to take the shortcut, but he still finds some unsafety there in one of the other turns. So I was gonna comment on him, but I got a little ahead of myself there. I'm sure you can see by the lovely live standings overlay provided by Duck. You can see just how tightly grouped everyone is right now. Of course, you can see it with your own two eyes by looking at the screen as well. But you can see besides 6th, 7th, it's single digits all the way down. I would love to see this surface be slippery. I think that's a great idea. I think that would add just a little bit of zhuzh to the track. So we do have Rog playing from, I've got to say this every time, playing from Cuba on his phone and still tearing it up. He is fighting with TT for first place. They're 1 meter away from each other. TT briefly took first, but it was given back to Rog. We have Yurak in third. Ashen in fourth. TT does manage to scrape by, and Yurak sneaks by as well. Thank you, Stream Elements. Glad you made it in. Okay. Rog. And Rog has disconnected. No, he has not disconnected. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Rog is back there, though. He has fallen out of his position of power. TT, Yurak, Ashen, Epsima is the main group of four. Keep in mind, we have a couple of battles going on. We've got Ashen Forest, who needs to get third place in order to pass up Super Saijin. And that's not set in stone, but we think third place is the cutoff. So Ashen aiming for an overall podium. We've also got Copysoft, who excellent overtake by Epsima. Epsima is also one of the people that we've got our eyes on. He's fighting for fifth place alongside Yurak, Pokers, and I believe one other. So this battle between Yurak and Epsima, very relevant. Yeah, just a little bit of Cuban lag. So, Ashen in third. Continue. Oh. He had been in third like the entire time, right? Until I said something. Just want to be sure. So he falls down to fourth. Here on lap 16 of 18. Or I'm sorry, we're starting lap 15 of 18. And the gaps have started to show. And also, Ashen, failing that couch skip with no one nearby him, can definitely see the pressure setting in. In the meantime, Urak trying to scrape up all the points he can. Oh! Not exactly. He's reverse scraping all the points that he can. Ashen has fallen back behind Pokers. Pokers trying to catch a few more. And Pokers is in this battle for fifth. Epsima, Urak, and Pokers all in the battle. And they're all in top positions. TT leading the pack. Ashen does find the pass in one of our final laps. It's going to be hard for Pokers to take that back. We are starting our final lap. Ashen with the best lap in the game here. Okay. Whoa! Almost passing up Urak at the end. I don't know what happened with Urak. And Copysoft. This has not been a great race for Copysoft. So that was TT who won that, right? Okay, so headed to the next one. We'll do our spin first. Points next. Seems that there are no blocks on Harvester, by the way. Can I get confirmation that TT won that before I release the points? I'm covering a lot of different stuff, and I just want to be sure. You know what I mean? I just want to be sure of it. We are headed into another rookie race. So we've had a lot of a lot of low-class races. Okay, thank you very much. And booting up our next prediction. Prediction is up. Harvester was not blocked. So we will be having a chill race on the Harvester. Actually, it's not going to be too chill because it's Radioactive Garden. So it's going to be a moderately chill race on Radioactive Garden with the Harvester. Rod with a false start. Urak and Rod both colliding. Will anyone take a dip? Ashen will. Pokers, Rod colliding. Urak falls off, has to repo. Already huge gaps in the backfield. Considering this is just lap 1 of 10, Epsima is leading, TT in second, Copysoft third. This is a new position that Copysoft finds himself in. He's had a couple last place finishes in a row, and he is somewhat defending against Ashen. Ashen does have a possibility to reach second place. So Copysoft really has needed to step it up, and he's taking a dip in the water, doing the reverse of stepping it up. He's stepping it down, but he is still technically stepping it up because he's got a couple people behind him this time. Currently sitting in 6th place. We'll see how that continues to shake out. Rod versus Ashen for 4th. And our podium continues. Epsima, TT, Wurzel. TT very close with Wurzel. I'm sorry, with Epsima. People putting their channel points on ROG when he's having so many issues is quite funny. No offense to anyone who did so. Oh, Epsima almost running straight into that pole. That was close. That was close. TT gonna continue to fight tooth and nail here. Rod trying to catch Ashen as well. Actually, I think that's a Urak trying to catch Rod. We'll check in on that after this jump. It continues to be Epsima holding on to that lead over TT. Ashen approaching Wurzel. But he's got Rod with him. Approaching the halfway point of Radioactive Garden. Oh, TT attempting to pass. Epsima not going to block him, and TT's on the inside. They go for the jump. Very scary jump there for Epsima, very close to that tree. Okay, they start lap 6. Epsima's on the inside. He does find the pass. TT almost in the water, but he doesn't go in. Epsima overtake. TT overtake. That was quite drastic for TT, especially considering they're on rookies. So that is going to be a chill moment for a little bit here, unless one of them wrecks. In the meantime, Wurzel, Ashen, Rod. Urak, 81 points. Pokers, 78 points. Epsima, 78 points. Wurzel, 75 points. So, very tightly grouped in the middle of the pack overall standings. Epsima is in that mix. He's trying to pass up one, but Wurzel also doing very well for himself here on Radioactive Garden. This could be a podium finish for him, but it's definitely not set in stone yet. We've got Ashen, who desperately needs a podium position overall, and might even be aiming for second place if he can find something like a first place lockdown. He's got the pass on Wurzel as they head into lap 9, but Rod is very close as well. Wurzel's on the inside. Ashen has to dive to avoid the wall. Into the water. They avoid it. Another U-turn up to the jump slide. Very important part of the track. Can make or break you. Rod's going to attempt something on the inside. He's not going to find it though. They head to the outside bumpy section. Nothing doing. They started their final lap. In the meantime, I think I might have missed TT passing up Epsima. So just so y'all know, TT is out in first over Epsima. We've been tuned into this 3rd, 4th, 5th battle. Ashen tries to find something, but he just bumps off of Wurzel. Now Rod. Okay. Now there is something tricky you can do at the end here. We'll see if anyone goes for it. Okay. I do believe it's like a diagonal finish line. So I think if you drive to the right, you actually are better off. But it is Wurzel finishing out over Ashen. Wurzel is going to finish in third. Epsima in second. And that was TT winning another one. And we will do our spin. Okay, we're waiting for a second for Rod, but the car is the NY54. Now we'll look at the point standings for a moment. Epsima, 38, 1 point over TT. Ashen Forest tied with Pokers for third. Urak in fifth, 1 point ahead of Wurzel. Rod, Copysoft in the back. We got Port Lamano 2 coming up next. And it is on the NY54 prediction going up. There is no block. So, keep in mind, Epsima would be getting 25 points for this session if it ended here. And Epsima is currently 3 points behind fifth. So as far as the battle between Urak, Pokers, Epsima, and Wurzel goes, this is more than enough for Epsima to win that battle. But he has to continue fighting. We are headed to Port Lamano 2, loading in right now. That NY54. A gaggle of geese here. A bunch of people falling off the track entirely. Copies off TT Wurzel. Rog having some trouble too. We got the U-turn up ahead. Epsima pushing Urak. He spins him. The hunks come out. Whoa. That was a nasty bump for Urak. And he gets the forced repo as well, I think, on those barrels. Ashen versus Rod for first. Man, that was slimy out of Epsima. Okay, Ashen definitely needs to start getting some first places before he can start feeling comfortable with making the overall podium, and he's certainly aiming to do that right now. Rod, a little bit too early on the turn. NY54 can be trickier than meets the eyes, at least to drive it properly, and Pokers does capitalize on that. Rod getting a great U-turn, though. Going to continue setting himself up well. Rog fighting, despite 2 disconnects in a row, maybe 3 at this point. He's still brawling it out, and he's found 4th place for the moment. TT not having the best race compared to previous races, out in 5th place. Urak in 6th. Wurzel 7th. Epsima 8th. Copysoft 9th. So some very uncharacteristic finishes. Positions here. It's very far away from the finish line, so I can't say finishes. Poker's beautiful slide. Looked like he was almost going to lose control. The New York Filthy 4. Wow. Talk about filthy. That was some very filthy car dynamics for Ashen. Started getting spun around every which way, and he loses 3 positions in the blink of an eye. Okay, nice overtake by Rog. Pokers falls into the waters below, the waters of the port. And this has been a very dangerous drive here. It's certainly not what I expected. When I saw Port Lamano 2, NY54, Poker, I'm mixing them all up. Ashen, too far on the inside. Falling back further. Had a first place under his belt. Looked like a shoe-in. But the ports of Lamau will claim you if you're not careful. Headed to lap 5, 6, we see a battle for third, a battle for first. Ashen hoping to swoop in into any of these, hoping to intervene where possible. Poker slides out, does a 180. He's going to have to be getting resituated. And Rog versus Rod. Oh, my. We do have a little bit of lag from Rog. Beautiful driving out of him, all things considered, but TT does find the overtake. We'll watch from TT's perspective just so it's not as jarring when he gets some lag. Of course, it is annoying to race against that, but Rog is doing the best he can in the conditions that he has. I have to shut up because Rog has passed Rod headed into the final lap. And YouTube has stopped playing my music, and TT has slammed straight into Rog and sent him to Never Neverland. And Rod has been slapped around and Rog's just gonna add insult to injury there. And oh no, it's awful. Oh my goodness. It is an absolute fiesta here, a final lap fiesta. Always something that we love to see in competitive Revolt, that final lap fiesta. And it has come to fruition here in Port Lamau 2. I'm certainly Lamauing because TT has smooth moved his way into another first place finish unless he does something absolutely insane in a bad way. We've got Urak in second, Pokers in third, Ashen in fourth, Rog in fifth. This is certainly going to shift the landscape of our overall standings. Ashen! Oh, Ashen kind of just was chilling there. He was being chilling there on the final lap or on the final turn, and he gets 180'd on the wall bank. So congratulations to TT Betters once again. Okay. Panga! Can we get some Panga emotes in the chat? Can we get some Pangas all caps in the chat? Looking at our overall standings, we got TT with 46, starting to break away from the pack in a major way. Epsima with 40, Pokers with 37, Ashen only with 35. And we've said before, Ashen most likely needing a third place minimum to be in the money against Super, to find third place in the overall season standings, to be in the money. So, just as an update, Division 2, the prize pool is $30 for first, $15 for second, and $5 for third. $250 per session win, for a total of $75, not counting those. No, that is counting the session wins. So, I think we had a block, and I just wasn't paying attention. I should have expected that. We have the RC Bandit coming up. I don't expect this to get any bans, because why would we block the lame, stupid cars, right, guys? Why would we Why would we block the lame, dumb cars? We're trying to block the fun, cool cars. Right, guys? Joking, of course. I would never call a Revolt car dumb and stupid. That's just... I would never do that. Castle 1, get your predictions in. They're coming up. Rog blocked it. Oh, man. Ugh. Hey, to Castle 1, the beautiful, lovely RC Bandit. We got 5 laps of it. And regardless of the car, this is going to be a crazy track. Certainly this section right here. Oops. Copysoft and Rod getting caught off guard. We've got another early lead by Ashton Forrest. Epsom out in second. So as I was saying, Ashton is fighting for third place. It's a nice $5 USD deposit into his bank account if he can make it happen. We'll have to wait and see though, because he currently is not sitting in the podium despite some incredible racing because of some connection issues. I believe it was Moondon he had it on. He was in second place and he got disconnected. So he got 0 points for that race when it should have been a good amount of points. Now we do have Ashen, Urak, and Epsima. They're going to be headed into the 3-point turn right here. We'll see how they handle it. Ashen, whoa, veering way off. Epsima setting himself up perfectly, but he's 2 wheels up, 2 wheels down, playing on some weird wheelie games. And that would have been a beautiful setup if that didn't happen. But it is what happened, and Epsima falls way back. He even tips the corner, and Ashen is back there as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The pressure really setting in. Ashen and Epsima getting hit with the brunt of it. Urak is out in first, Wurzel second, TT in third, and Urak is in that jumble of cars that are aiming to win 5th place in the overall session. Yeah, I don't exactly know the conversion rate of HUF to USD, but I know it's some money. Imagine if I was like $5, I was like, by the way, that's in Japanese yen. That's the money that we're using for this tournament is Japanese yen. Okay, beginning lap 3. Urak holding onto the lead. Whoa, beautiful for Wurzel. That's going to be... Wow, I don't know how TT found that. I thought Wurzel was going to get a clean block there for second place, hold him way back, but TT manages to go through it. 1 USD is 380 Huff. Oh, wow. It's almost the same as Japanese yen. All right, so it is Urak, TT, Wurzel, Pokers. We've got Rog nearby as well. Ashen and Epsima in the race to the bottom here. Copysoft has passed the 2 of them. He has been seriously struggling in this race. But this would be good for him to be beating out Ashen at least. Ashen is someone, if he's beating Ashen in a race, he's very happy about it. Because Ashen's really the only person in this entire lobby that he has to worry even a little bit about. And these RC bandits are just scooting and tooting their way through this castle, having no issues to speak of. It's really coming down to this area right here. How much time you can shave off by keeping it inside through that with a nice speed. And also the 3-point turn. How well can you set yourself up for the 3rd turn? That's really what this race is coming down to here. Urak has done an exceptional job at it. 15 meters, 16 meters out in the lead. Meanwhile, Ashen has managed to pass up Copysoft, as has Epsima. They passed up both Copysoft and Rog. Okay, and while they start their final lap, we'll check in on these racers right here. Ashen trying to pass up Rog as well. Copysoft passing up Epsima. And Epsima was leading our race. Well, he was leading the group of 5. The 5th place battle was a group of 4, actually, but they're fighting for 5th. And so, with Epsima coming near the back here, we could see Urak move up. We could possibly see Wurzel move up as well. Wurzel occupying 3rd. In the meantime, we'll tune back into 1st. It is Urak aiming to upset TT betters here. As they move into the 3-point turn, it's TT's final chance here to catch a break. And it looks like he almost did it. He might even... No, he's not going to do it, but it was so damn close. TT, a force to be reckoned with no matter what. Ashen does manage to finally pass up Rod. In the meantime, Epsima finishing a bit further back, just in front of Copysoft and Rog. So that was Urak winning. Urak had no money, so I'm returning the points back. Urak had no one bet on him. And we are going to our wheel. Wrong scene. Okay, here's our wheel. Another rookie on the menu here today in our Joker session. We'll see if he gets through or not. We'll update our standings in the meantime. Someone's saying block please, but that's not the same as saying block. TT up ahead by 11 points. Ashen aiming for podium. He's got his work cut out for him. He's currently in 5th, but he's only 3 points behind 2nd place. So Ashen still locked in this battle. Epsima tied with Pokers, and Urak is in the mix as well. So, anyone's race still for the 5th. Predictions coming up. Hospital 2. No block. Vulcan Turbo is our car here at Hospital 2. Gonna take another peek at our standings while we have a moment. Urak is leading the race. He's got 81 points, but he could get passed up if the race ends like this. So we are headed to our race. Vulcan Turbo in the hospital. G-Force saying boring. Always good to see our chat weighing in. What's my predictions? I think we could do a fun prediction on who we think is going to win 5th overall in Division 2. Would y'all prefer that to doing bets on each track? Let me know. It would be Urak, Epsima, Pokers, and Wurzel, and they're all tightly matched here. So they all very much are still in the running for nabbing up that 5th place overall season finish. So let me know if y'all are interested in that. But in the meantime, we do have Urak leading this race by a large margin. Urak trying to break away from the rest of the 5th place contenders, but Wurzel not letting it happen. He continues to get top. And so we've got Ashen in 3rd place, TT in 2nd, Epsima in 4th, Pokers 5th. Epsima and Pokers are also fighting for that 5th overall. Jesus Christ, that's all I'm gonna say. Pokers on the inside finds a great pass on Epsima. In fact, I think Epsima tipped the operating table, and so he fell back by a great margin behind Pokers. They do have a lot of race left to go, so Pokers could be finishing in the podium even. As we look at our live standings overlay, Urak versus TT continues to be a large margin between them, and also a large margin between TT and Ashen. Pokers attacking, Ashen defending. Pokers takes the shortcut here, and they are on rookies. He finds the overtake. It's an easy shortcut, gets him some great time, but Ashen on the inside blocks Pokers and takes it right back. And despite it being rookies, Ashen putting on a show for us nonetheless. Not going to let Pokers squeeze by, or is he? Pokers tries to mimic Ashen's move, but he doesn't have as much fortune as Ashen does, and in fact he loses so much from that he falls behind Epsima in the process. Some fanfare on the menu for Pokers, but unfortunately not playing out in his favor. He does find the pass on Epsima. Will it be short-lived though? Indeed, it looks like it will be. And Urak is looking incredibly strong right now. I really don't see how an overtake can happen from TT's position at this point. Okay, Epsima and Pokers both on the inside. I think the inside is just the proper path to take, especially with these rookies. I think the shortcut is the proper path as well, but Poker seems to be the only one take it. No one is adapting to it, despite them seeing. They get to see each lap just how much time Pokers is able to make up with that. And in fact, Epsima, maybe a little bit flustered, tips the corner in the process. Urak holding on to a lead over TT. 15-20 meters is the region. Wurzel veers way off. Epsima takes a free position. We are here on lap 709. Can Urak outrun the curse? Is the main question as they head into one of their final laps. Pokers versus Ashen. Can you outrun the caster curse with a mute? I didn't know you could outrun the caster curse by muting. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! We tuned in at the perfect time. It looked like TT passed Urak, and then Urak went for the shortcut, but it wasn't enough. And he went a little wide as well. So TT has found the overtake. The curse did work. I'm telling y'all, you don't have to. You can have the stream muted, and it's still effective. Poker's trying to pass Action. Okay, Urak. Okay, TT takes a shortcut as well. Ashen versus Pokers here. It is TT. Once again. Ashen! Okay, Ashen did find the finish. 3rd place. Urak saying, WTF, did you see that? So I think Urak might have had some black magics affecting him. TT agrees that it was BS. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, it's a magical... I have to keep myself in check. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I might just run mad with power and just really, So I've got to be very careful with how I use my powers. Copysoft is out. Copysoft leaving the session. In the grand finale, he's out. He's had enough. He can't take it anymore. Now, I do remember Yurak saying, I should mute the stream. Shout out to Yurak. Not muting the stream. Like a total beast. Okay, let's head to our scores. Okay, pokers versus Yurak versus Epsma. Y'all, this may not be the battle for first or for second or even for third, but it's very much a battle for all the marbles. There has been a super tight midfield race for the entirety of this season between these racers. Wurzel has fallen down to 10 points behind him. It's going to be tough for him to recover. I am re-rolling. I'm re-rolling. Zipper is the next card. So Adion got blocked, and the next card is Zipper. Yes, I'm not making this up. I'll show the screen just so y'all don't think I'm going David Blaine on y'all. It says Zipper. Y'all see it right there. It says it says Zipper right there. Subscribe, follow. We have a block. The car is Sprinter XL. Another rookie. Just for y'all. Just for y'all today. Shout out to Honk, even though you made me lose the race. I am so sorry, Yurak. I honestly thought you had the stream muted. I'm not gonna lie, I thought you had the stream muted. Okay, so we have the prediction. It was TT who won Hospital. So did y'all want to do the predictions for who wins 5th place? Yes or no? Y'all didn't have any response, so I'm gonna do the prediction for. I'm gonna keep doing track predictions here. Because they're easy to do. But keep in mind, this battle for midfield, it is their overall standings. Yurak, 81 points. Pokers, 78 points. Epsma, 78 points. Wurzel, 75 points. And they're all within 1 point of each other, besides Wurzel, who's 10 points back. We've got 2 tracks left, if my math serves me correct. We've got Toy World Mayhem, followed by Mysterious Toy Vault Factory 2. And we will have someone crowned 2nd place, 3rd place, and also the mini victor here in this Battle of 5, or Battle of 4 for 5th place. So, Ashen leading our race, Rog going absolute mahimic here on Toy World Mahim, but he somehow survives most of it. They go through the piano, and it's absolutely more Mahim. Ashen gets taken out. Rod is doing a barrel roll. Rog is still in the fight for podium, and it's Yurak versus TT. Once again, a familiar storyline to see. Oh, Rog slip-sliding around. He will impact Rod. Epsma and Ashen managed to squeeze by him, though. This is actually not a bad car and track combo. I'm not going to lie. It is a rookie, but Sprinter XL here on Toy World Mayhem is a pretty good combo. Ooh, TT on the pass. Famous saying, Yurak looking very strong, and I do agree. Yurak is looking great here. Looking very hopeful to be winning that mini battle. Let's call it mini mayhem. Pokers and Epsima hoping to have something to say, but Pokers out there in 8th place in this race. Yurak trying to find the overtake, but he can't quite do it, and it is going to be cutting into his time versus Ashen and Epsima, but Ashen and Epsima are in a fight of their own. Epsima does emerge victorious out of it from one turn, but we'll see. Ashen already finding the overtake. Epsima falls back. Yurak looking extremely powerful. Making no wrong moves. Okay, we've got TT, however. Maybe feeling, you know, I mean, the guy's got to not be feeling any nerves. You know, he's won the overall session. The overall season TT has by a large margin, no matter what position he comes in for this race or the 2 races before it. He's got the win. He's got the first place finish, and he's just trying to add another 250 to his wallet here by the end of the race, just trying to win the session. So he doesn't really have anything to fight for except for an extra 250. Whereas Yurak is definitely in the midst of a heated exchange with Pokers, Epsima, and Wurzel. So we could possibly see TT lighten up here on the final 2 tracks, or maybe we'll see the opposite, where TT doesn't feel any nerves, any of the nerves that the other racers that I mentioned are feeling. We certainly see Ashen is in the hot seat. Ashen needs to come in 3rd if he wants to get in the money at all for this entire RVRL season. He has to get at least 3rd. And he's currently sitting in 4th or 5th right now. So he needs every single position he can get as well. Yurak and Ashen definitely going to be feeling the pressure as Epsima tries to attack. He's got 2 positions in his reach. He loses them both in the blink of an eye. Yurak choosing to wall ride, whereas Ashen breaks, and Ashen definitely finds a superior stability. And that is a common story with Ashen. We see Ashen very often in a plethora of events opting for stability over all else. And he has proven that here in Toy World Mayhem, and he's proven that it can work to your advantage, even on rookie cars, as he's currently sitting in a comfortable 2nd place with a great pass over Yurak headed into the final lap. In the meantime, any other close battles? No, there's nothing. I'll be keeping my eyes on the overlay, and we'll also be flipping to other people very shortly once they finish it up. It is Ashen 2nd, Yurak 3rd, Epsima 4th. Rod is not going to have any challenge from Wurzel there in the final turns. Pokers has overtaken Rog. Will he be able to finish it out? Indeed he will, but Pokers is going to be taking a big hit in the overall standings as we move into our final race. Quite an unfortunate scenario for Pokers. So TT winning once again. All TT bettors feeling very good, I'm sure. Money was put on Pokers, but it was TT once again with the win. Car is Bertha. Bertha Ballistics in Mysterious Toy Vault Factory 2. Should be pretty straightforward. We'll see if that is the case in the end. I'm going to pull up our live standings. This will be my last live standings update for Division 2. It's a very bittersweet moment. Ashen blocks it. Ashen does block it. We'll be spinning the wheel. And we go to Panga TC. Oh, we might see a block here. As I update the standings one last time. We have TT leading with 71 points. Yurak leading in his miniature warfare with Epsima, Pokers, and Wurzel. But Epsima only 2 points behind, and Pokers only 4 points behind. So, depending on how Yurak finishes and depending on how Epsima and Pokers finish, we could still have an upset here It's still possible. And in fact, Ashen is in the podium, but only by 1 point. Rod blocks Panga TC. So I hope all y'all people didn't get too excited about seeing Panga TC because it's off the menu. We are moving to the Humma. Pokers. Instant block. I accidentally didn't remove Humma, but I'll just... TT says, I am going to strangle you. Shout out to TT. The car is R6 Turbo. A very chill... I'm sure R6 is not happy that I took him off the commentator stand here. Because he is the main event here in the final race of Division 2. So, and in fact, let me head back one more time. Okay, so we can look at these scores really quick. So, Ashen, he needs to get 3rd place overall in this race. He's 1 point away from 2nd, but also 1 point away from 3rd. If Epsima passes him in any way, even just 1 position, that might be all he needs. It would be a tiebreaker, and we'll see if Epsima wins the tiebreaker or Ashen. But if Epsima beats Ashen by 2 positions, he will knock Ashen out of the money, and it will be Super Saiyan who gets the 3rd place prize for Division 2. We've also got Pokers who could have an insane come from behind turnaround to win that 5th place spot over Yurak and Epsima. It's all going to depend on how Epsima and Yurak do, though, from Poker's position. Finally, we've got TT with 71 points, aiming to win the entire session. We are ready to head in. So we got predictions. I'm going to do 30-second predictions. "30-second prediction. Get your predictions in right now. It has started. I've only done it for 30 seconds, and we're into our race. Let me... Oh, that would have sucked if I forgot to pull back up the screen. We do have Rod leading this one. TT, Ashen needing all he can get. Oh, and he does swerve through, but he hits maybe the wall on the outside and spins around. Rog taking the slow path, though. Ashen trying to mop up some positions here. He needs everything he can get. If he can beat Yurak by 1 position, even if Epsima beats him, he'll still be in 3rd place. And we've got Yurak. He's out in... he's moved up. He's grabbed a couple positions, but still only 4th place for Yurak. We've got Wurzel leading. TT in 7th. And everything is getting flipped on its head here. Yurak with a super smooth pass onto Epsima. As they begin lap number 2, it is Wurzel continuing to lead by a nice margin. Yurak, Epsima, Pokers, they're all in the mix. Wurzel does have a fall from grace, and he falls back into 7th place in the blink of an eye. The door closes, and Ashen gets knocked over. Ashen might have just gotten knocked out of the money here entirely. That could be all that it took. Ashen is behind Yurak. He's behind Epsima. Epsima's leading. It's going to be tough for him to find Epsima. His best hope is to pass up Yurak. And he does find Yurak. He's got 1 position over Yurak. He's 1 position behind him in the overall standings. Epsima continues to lead our race. Epsima angling to win his brawl as well. Remember, he is fighting with Wurzel, Pokers, and Yurak for the 5th place spot, and he's looking to do it right here. He was in 4th in the overall standings, 2 points behind Yurak, but he's got more than enough points to pass up Yurak here, as long as he can lock down a finish in a mysterious Toy Vault factory. We've also got Ashen. He's up way ahead of Yurak, and that could be all he needs to get into the money here with a 3rd place overall season finish. He's in 3rd, and this is a great spot for Ashen. He's done insane recovery work over the past 2 laps after a very treacherous beginning for himself. Pokers is nearby, but we're just going to have some clean racing out of Pokers. Epsima continues his lead 15 meters out ahead of TT, but will that all change in the final laps? We'll have to wait and see. Epsima holding strong despite a little flub here or there. We'll see if he manages to make it through this doorway after this one. One more doorway to make it through, and it will be an open door for him. Clear passageway. Action manages to make it through as well. Urak is still holding on to 6. He's very close to Wurzel and Pokers, but nonetheless, he's got a lot of work to do. Ashen with the fastest lap in our race overall. Urak has come out of nowhere. Urak has passed up Pokers and Wurzel. He's now challenging Ashen. Ashen is in an insane tie spot right now. He's one position behind Urak overall, but one position ahead of him right now, and he does knock Urak down, and Urak is running out of time. And he's also one position ahead, 1 point ahead of Epsima in the overall standings, and 1 point behind him in this race. So very poetic moment we find ourselves in on the final lap. There is currently a 3-way tie in the overall standings right here. If the race finishes like this, it will be Epsima, Ashen, and Urak all tied points-wise. And it will come down to whoever gets the most first place finishes. But our race is not done yet. Will we see TT fall? We will see Ashen fall, but Urak slides and meets him where he is. This is a tragedy for Urak. This could have been exactly what he needed. That pass right there on Ashen could have been exactly what he needed to still lock down 5th place overall. But now, with that wreck to mirror Ashen's wreck, as we're ending in the final turns of our race, it could be Epsima finding everything that he hoped for. He's been all leading up to this, and unless something drastic happens, the box is not going to be hit, and it's nothing but a straightaway, and it's a 3-way tie. Unless my math deceives me, we do have a 3-way tie for 3rd place overall points. So, famous saying, RIP, 0 points, TT winning this race on Mysterious Toy Vault Factory, and also winning the session overall, and also winning the season overall. It all came down to TT. Only one person put 10 points on TT. No one put any points on anything else. Really incredible stuff. So I'm going to show y'all our current overall standings as I load up the final scores in our race. And unless my mind deceives me, we do have a 3-way tie between Ashen, Urak, and Epsima. So we're going to be seeing the resolution to this right now. Let's see the scores. And it is a 3-way tie. Ashen, Epsima, Urak. Now I'm going to need information on who won the most races. Who got first place in the most races. And if not first, then 2nd place. This is insane. I just need a session log or something. If anybody's updating the scores, then you could just let me know. This is a 3-way tie, though, that we have on our hands. And keep in mind, this is not just for 5th place overall, which was between Epsima, Poker 72, Urak, and Wurzel. It's also a test to see if Ashen will move into 3rd place or not. This is for some money on the line here. It's Ashen versus Super in the overall standings. I'll pull up those standings once more for us. We've seen it's a 3-way tie between the 3 of them, Urak, Epsima, and Ashen, so we can see just how much this means to these racers. You can see it in the point standings. The lowest 3 scores will be removed, just leaving them with their top 7. So I'm going to need information here. I will just close out my game and open the session log myself here just to see who got the most first. It's going to take me just a minute to remember where this all is. I think I found it. Three-way tie between Urak, Epsima, and Ashen Forest. We had Ashen winning SBX Alpine. Pokers winning Moondawn. Ashen again a win on Venus Reverse. And then TT won every single race after that except for Urak winning one. So we have resolving the three-way tie. Ashen with 2 first place finishes moves into that second place overall. Urak with 1 first place finish moves into 3rd place, and Epsima falls down to 4th, was in 2nd place going into that race. Again, I'll show you all the scores. So we had Ashen, Epsima, and Urak. And Urak got 1 first place on Casa 1. Ashen got a first place on Venus Reverse and SBX Alpine. So that will be the tiebreaker. Don't just take my word for it. But we are going to get the overall standings updated. They're actually being updated right now. So be sure to stick around for that. And also another note, keep in mind, Division 3 and Division 1, the podium finishers, will all have interviews in our pre-show for tomorrow. That will be happening at 18 UTC. We'll have interviews with Division 3, first place, second place, and third place, which means Kippy, Lopesca, and Kondrakoff have all been invited to talk about the races, etc. at the start of our pre-show at 18 UTC. Division 2 at 18:30 UTC. So TT, Copysoft, and either Super or Ashen, depending on who gets this 3rd place overall, will be invited to give interviews and to talk about the races at 18:30. So if you're interested at all in hearing what the racers have to say, be sure you tune in to our pre-show tomorrow with me and Terror. Unfortunately, couldn't make it to today's session. But yeah, we do have the scores being updated right now. And actually, I shouldn't be showing these, right? That's my bad. I actually shouldn't have that shown right now. So I'm sorry to have pressure on the score fillers outers. We do still have some situations being resolved as far as lowest point races being removed from the finals, from the final point tallies. But it is looking to me like we have a resolution here. I'll wait for whoever's filling that out to complete filling it out. But yeah, have some very big upsets here as far as our final standings go. Shout out to the GDoc workers indeed, and shout out to Mystery, doing most of the legwork of today's commentary. Congratulations to 10 points for Kippy for winning that final bet. No one was brave enough to bet against TT for good reason. So we've got that Google Doc being updated. In the meantime, I will show Division 1. So for Division 1, we've got G-Force. Looks like he's locked down first place, but second place very much still in contention. We've got Powerade with 111, Frostbitten with 107, and Ertzu with 95. We've also got a tie for 5th, 6th between Ama and Kilabaris. We've also got a 1-point differential between Makakasi and Yun to decide who will be the Chilean victor of Division 1, Makakasi versus Yun versus BGM. And Laggy Rock is nearby in the mix for that as well. We've also got Stingux versus BGM, but I don't think BGM will be here for the finale. He might though. So, thank you again for our Division 1 racers. We are going to check out Division 2. I think it's done being updated. And we see Ashen Forest has moved in to 3rd place, 108 points over. That's a 5 points over Super. Sorry if I see the Google Doc is being moved around again, so my bad if I got in there too soon. Okay, I think we're good though. We got Urak with 96, and so Urak, congratulations to Urak for winning the battle with Epsima, Pokers, and Wurzel for 5th place. Epsima by 1 single point, beating out Pokers 72 for 6th place as well. And unfortunately, Wurzel did fall, not drastically, but he did fall down to the 8th place. And it makes it look like it was less close than it actually was, because Wurzel was very much in contention for 5th place as well.
So, we also have Rod beating out by 1 point ROG. This has been a battle for the ages. Rog and Rod have been fighting each other every single session, and it seriously came down to the wire. You can see Rog and Rod have made it to every single session, and they have been fighting with each other constantly through the entire thing. We even saw it in today's session, like Portland Mono 2. We saw the track with Genghis Car. They were fighting each other constantly. And Rod did win out by 1 point over Rog there in the end. So congratulations to Rod, as well as Urek, as well as Ashen. Of course, congratulations to Copysoft as well in that second place, and TT. Not just first place, but another session win and another 250 USD in his pocket. So that will conclude us for today's session. We've got the anti-shout out to Acclaim for making the R6 Turbo. Cheers, cheers. We got an anti-shout out to Kippy for liking the R6 Turbo. Very cool, very cool. Cheers to Nick as well. And of course, Kippy. Good to see Ashen. Congratulations on finding third place, despite some issues. Actually, I mean, it was really your first two sessions didn't go super well, but you had really great consistent performances for the rest. So yeah, shout out to Hunk for the instant VOD publication. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, Rod with the 69 points, beating out Rog by 1. Unfortunately, Rog missing the 69 as well. So that will conclude us for Division 2. Again, congratulations to TT, first place winner, bringing home $30. Copysoft with second place, bringing home $15. Ashen with third, bringing home $5. And also $250 for every single session win. So that will conclude us for Division 2. We'll be back Division 1 tomorrow. Be sure to tune in early for the pre-show where we'll be doing our interviews with Division 2 and 3, and also we'll have Division 1 interviews after the races. So it's going to be a long day tomorrow, but that will be it. There won't be any more competitive Revolt commentary happening at all for a while after this. So if you haven't had your fix yet, we've seen people showing up every single session to the chat and having a good time. Shout out to y'all. But if you still want some more, the best we can give you is tomorrow. And who knows when it's going to be after that. We do have a Alias Revolt Master Italian community competitive Revolt event on the horizon. So be sure to tune in for that and be aware that that's coming. But Revolt Racing League coming to a close. Revolt Endurance Championship already came to a close. Congratulations, Famous. Barely beating out Stingox there. And we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.